Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I really should say good evening. It is good to be here with you tonight on tonight's edition of Yes You with Friends. And I'm so glad for my friends Rhonda, who's about to drop off to sleep. I've got Jana, who I'm not going to tell her business. And we got Tyrone, who who have joined me tonight to have this fun conversation. It's going to be a nice, light, enjoyable evening, and we're just going to have a little chit chat on this evening and get up out of here. So we are so glad. I see you out there, Sheila Miles, SK8843, who had a birthday on Friday, and we were
Woo!
come on with
Happy
that. We were
birthday.
still celebrating her birthday on today on the rebelinc.com over there in them Twitch streets. And we had a nice celebration over there. We want to say happy birthday to you. And may this be the beginning of great things like you never dreamed of in your life. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, hasn't entered into the hearts of men, the good stuff that God's got waiting on you, girl. And I also want to say good evening to Mel Holiday. That's my friend Mel. Mel, listen, you need to put a trademark on go for a ride and come back alone. Because I'm
I've been saying that to people and be like, what? Like, I said what I said.
Right.
Listen, that is tickling me. Go for a ride and come back alone. But I'm so glad you're here with us on tonight. And to everybody else that's here that is not in the chat, we want to welcome you and invite you to the chat if you'd like to talk. But for those that just want to audit and watch, you are welcome to do that. We're going to have some fun on this evening and have a little chit chat conversation if that's all right. You know how we started off. I like to hear from all my friends and so they can tell us what their week consisted of and how things are going for them. I really kind of want to start with Tyrone because he got his vaccine, I understand. So
I did.
Yes, I want to hear about that and anything else you want to share.
So I got my vaccine cherry popped for the first time.
We're only 4 minutes in, and you 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and you already starting.
I'm no longer a virgin to the vaccine.
We was talking a couple minutes ago about cupcaking, so I'm gonna leave all.
Oh well,
Right.
Something's going on. Something's going
Right.
on. We gonna leave that alone. Okay, Tyrone, we got you. We got you.
So I had my week was actually amazing. For the most part, I finished my first course in my graduate studies.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My next course starts on Monday. I did get my first round of the COVID vaccine. My doctor called. Well, Tim and I go to the same doctor, and his doctor called to say that they had some vaccines available and they would offer them to patients. So then I called. So we both went to got our first shot. And it's I mean, it's been a pretty good week. This is my first weekend in a very long time where I didn't have to do schoolwork or work or anything. I was just able to just relax and just take care of things around the house. On the opposite side of that, our governor did make some changes, which is a little crazy. And he doesn't have a whole lot of support behind it, but he did it. It was kind of odd that our president really doesn't have much authority over, our local communities as far as like statewide.
Yes.
So that was crazy. So learn something new politically, but yeah, I'm going to continue to wear my mask. And I feel most people are feeling the same way. But other than that, it was a pretty good week. Can't complain.
Good. Now I normally do this someplace else, but I'm gonna do it right here just because you made it through that first class.
Whew. Made it through.
There you go. For that first class. We love it. So at the end of the day, congratulations. And I want you to hang in there because great things are waiting on you. We got Sheila out there. I'm gonna clap with her. All of this is for you, Tyrone. It's all for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm trying to tell you, it is all about you right now, including this right here, vaccine virgin.
I let it go.
Oh my gosh.
Tonight was the night.
Oh, that you.
Now you done got Rhonda started. Who is that? Betty Wright?
Yes.
My gosh.
I feel like I'm part of the rebels' righteous ratchet bus right now. That righteous ratchet bus spirit is loose.
Yes.
I need my holy oil super soaker. Yes, Mel, that's what he said.
That
That's
sure was
what
pop.
he said. I'm not even going to repeat it. I'm just going to put it up on the screen and let y'all read it because I don't even want to fix my lips.
Right.
Oh, I feel like some folks. This is gonna be a night. I can already tell. Lord Jesus. Well, Jonna, what's happening in your world out there in the blue and the springs?
All is well here. No cherry popping this week.
Oh,
But
for more
we are
okay. I'm gonna leave that.
well, actually, I don't know if I want to say that.
Might as well.
My mother did get her first shot this week.
I thought you
Yeah.
got her cherry popped.
That's why I'm like, I don't want to say anything about no cherries right there.
Oh my
So I would say she did get her first shot this week. And I guess I'm getting my cherry popped on Thursday. It's been a good long while since
Yes.
I said that.
Come on, Pop Cherry.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
My Lord. How did this happen? Anyway.
Tyrone, you better call Tyrone.
Other than that, it's been same old around here. School is we almost to spring break, so which means we got one more quarter left. Lift your hands and tell the Lord yes. It's almost over.
Thank you. I felt the quickening right there. You see my hands?
Amen.
Ooh, come on with that.
Me too. And so they only had 6 cases throughout the whole district this week. So that is quite a drop
That's
from
good.
where we were.
That's good. Awesome.
So are they thinking of reopening school like what we would consider normal, like next year? Or y'all haven't gotten to that point yet?
I don't know what they're gonna do, but my children will be well, let me not say that. I hope that they will be attending school as normal next year. I'm thinking that here, virtual school will always be an option from here on out. That's what I think. So I don't know, but we'll see.
Wow.
Okay.
Not in this house. As long as cases are down and everybody's vaccinated, you got to go.
Yeah.
Come August, you got to get out. Put your new shoes on. If I have to walk you to all 2, 3 schools or whatever, everybody has to go.
Everybody's going out.
Everybody's going out.
Everybody is going out. Oh Lord Jesus.
The fish, the plants, all of it. Everybody got to go.
Lord, today. That's okay. They can come over here and stay with Aunt Jean. But they can come over here and
we'll see.
Where Gigi is with open arms. Those are my babies. Those are my babies. And Rhonda, what's going on in your world today that you want to share with these fine people?
Girl, I'm just like Tyrone. It was really a non-eventful week for a change.
Good.
The weather's changed. The weather has been beautiful. And oh my God, that is in itself just changed the entire atmosphere.
Yeah, I
just
agree.
to have some good weather, to see the sun shining every day. And so it's been pretty good. All the COVID cases or everything is down. Hospitalizations is down. Deaths are down.
Good.
I'm still working on some things, trying to make sure that no one is dropped through the cracks. So, we know that the Johnson & Johnson did get into Arkansas. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to start, but I know it's here. I know they're sending some to all the universities. It's on the roll. It's on the roll. One thing I can say about President Biden, when he got in there and he said that he was going to make all of this happen and do a lot within 100 days. He's trying. He's not going to please everybody, including me. There's some things I don't agree, but he's trying. So I'm appreciative that we do have someone that at least trying, that's caring about the people.
Yes.
But being able to breathe,
yes,
and nice weather, oh, that means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a lot. And my brother received his vaccination yesterday. Now, if you all know my brother, y'all know that's a milestone.
Yes.
Because he was not going to get a vaccination. But so I'm excited that all my siblings have now gotten vaccination. So it's good.
Awesome. I hope that number is just going to keep going up. And those that originally said no are going to change their mind and go through it if they feel so inclined. And if not, we still want to respect their wishes and choice not to vaccinate. But I really want to see us, as I said, just if it's a matter of getting that first line of defense to safeguard us, particularly people of color who are very much at risk. I would love to see that happen in mass in the Black community. So that sounds good. Now tonight, I got another little topic that I want to talk about, but I really wanted to leave this as a nice light evening, if at all possible, and just share some tidbits and chit chat and laughter with you guys. So that being said, I really want to touch on this. Coming to America 2. Now, I know many of us, this was the we've been waiting on this since 1988. Tyrone, have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen it?
I was gonna figure out a way to hang you up if you had said no.
Yes, we had that on VHS.
Okay. And then Rhonda, have you seen it?
I have.
Okay. For all of our listeners that are in the chat, if you've seen it, put a 1. If you haven't seen it yet, put a 2. I'm gonna try my best not to do a lot of spoiler alert here, but at the same time, I just really want to kind of go over what was put out as far as wrong one. As far as I got some ones out there. Hey, Deborah Gibbs, good to see you. Now, I just want to touch on this. We've been waiting on this since 1988. And then in the year 2021, they came through and delivered. Now, I think I'm going to get both sides of the spectrum here, but when I was leaving LAX airport, listen, I didn't put my numbers up. People are, I have to remember that my moderators are out today, the first time ever in the time that I've been on since last year that she's been away, but I have to remember to do her job. So Monica's oh my God, I loved it. Period. I said what I said. 1. Now, the 2, you haven't seen it yet. Okay, but you don't mind the spoilers. Okay. So I'm gonna try to make it more of a generic conversation without hopefully giving away a lot of the spoilers. But there's a lot to unpack in this movie. So I will go to the reviews that I read from the professionals, and basically it was a consensus. The lady that did the costumes, who also clothed Wakanda, did her stuff. She showed up, showed out, knocked the ball out of the park, had the folks looking absolutely marvelous, just awesome. Everything that you can imagine from Wakanda went on to Zamunda and beyond. And many of them left with that, saying that was really the only thing worth going to see.
I have to disagree.
I saw some shade come from Rhonda.
I have to disagree. I don't feel that what we saw in Wakanda, we saw in Zamunda.
So you're saying you didn't see all of the costume that they're trying to say was off the chain? I expected more costume wise for Zamunda, like I saw in Wakanda, and I didn't get that. Well, but you had different Wakanda. I mean, like the female warriors were fierce, so they were just fierce. And I guess what I'm trying to say, some of those characters and the characterizations were a little bit different from Zamunda. So I think that also, to me, comes into play as to why some of those outfits may have been slightly different. But then on the flip side of the coin, though, Tyrone, so you're saying you didn't see what you wanted to see in the costumes, but how are you placing and standing with that was the only thing worth going to see?
No, I would disagree there.
Okay.
For people who saw the original movie, and we actually saw the movie yesterday, and on Friday we watched the original movie because Tim is he's young.
Yes.
But but I wouldn't say that was the only thing to come and see. I felt the movie was good. It was good.
Okay.
But costume wise, I really expected more.
Okay, you expected more.
I mean, at this point, when we got to the Wakanda, the Zamunda scenes. Now, when they went back to Queens and all that was amazing. They were really good on matching up what we saw in the original movie. But I feel when we got to the Zamunda scenes and the African culture, I think it kind of fell flat costume wise. Okay. But I wouldn't say that was the best thing to come see the movie for.
Okay. So now, Rhonda, I'm gonna come straight to you because I saw you you just flat out, plain and simply gave side eye and cut them eyes, and you tried to do it real quick, but I'm fast. I saw it before, baby. Yes, you did. I saw that look that was like somebody need to go someplace and sit down, shut up.
Wow.
Yes, I got all of that out of that.
all that.
I said, I see shade. I forgot my shades, y'all. Let me put my shades on. Okay, so at the end of the day, that's part of my shtick. So at the end of the day, what did you feel about it, Rhonda?
I liked the movie. I thought the outfits were wonderful. And I love the hairdo, especially on the daughters.
Okay.
Yes, I will agree with that.
Their intent was not to duplicate the original. It was a good thing that they had. It was good to see some of the original faces and all that. Mm-hmm. But then they went a different route with it because of the stuff that we're going through today. So people are trying to compare them, and there is no comparison because they weren't trying to duplicate what they've already done. So I enjoy them both. Now I did have to watch
but didn't you expect to see something grand?
Can I finish?
You got served. Oh, Tyrone. Oh,
it's 2021.
So before I was rudely interrupted,
these are my friends, y'all. These are my friends.
So you know what? We have to learn how to get the good out of both, and it's not always just compare and try to see who's better, who's not. So it was, and I did have to watch it twice.
Okay.
I did have to watch it twice because you have your mindset on a certain thing. But then when I watched it the second time, I was thinking, okay. So I like it for what it was. No, it's not the first one, but it was different. But I like it. Okay.
Got you, Jana, because I saw some of your posts up on Facebook, so I know some areas where you are. So where are you rolling with this?
But don't speak over Rhonda.
Oh, wait a minute.
Right.
Oh, did you want to ask Rhonda a question now that she stopped? Do we want to go back and do this so that you
my only thing was I just expected to see, grandness at this point in time. I felt it was a little dated. Not comparing both both movies, but I feel like the elevation that we've seen, especially with like Wakanda and the grandness of just their everyday attire, I expected to see just something grand. I would say the daughters were amazing, but I felt it fell flat with like Eddie Murphy and all of them. Like it was for them.
Okay, and some of the commentaries said they felt like Arsenio stole the show from Eddie, and yeah, there was some conversation in there that they felt like he had purposely tried to upstage and really try to outshine Eddie in the movies.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get that at all.
Critics see what critics see, so that was just something they threw in there as well. Come on back to you, Jonna. Where are you rolling with it?
I thought, well, Coming to America, the original, is one of my favorite movies. Now, let me start there because it's hilarious. And I love it. I loved it when it first came out. I love it now. It's on my DVR right now and has been on there forever. So, but I knew that there was probably no way this was going to be able to meet. I mean, So I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I thought the costumes were fantastic. I thought the colors were great. I loved all the nappy hair, all the braids and the locks. I loved all of that. Awesome. I loved the makeup. I loved the crowns and all of that. I love that stuff. I thought it was great. The plot.
What plot?
Well, it was very predictable. But now I'm a detail watcher, so some of the details had me in tears. Just little stuff will have me on the floor. Like Big Les, she is hilarious. But when she went to the bar and said, "Bartender," oh, that took me out. I was on the floor. That took me out. Dwayne was like, "It's not that funny," but it is to me.
It is.
So.
And Rashida, like when she said the way she said Queen, somebody else when they said Queen.
Oh yes, the Queen.
She was done. She was just absolutely done.
That was another one. But I will say, as it was an all-star cast, which is good. It's good to see everybody back together, and it was good to take a break from the trauma. That was my big thing from that. I love a good historic movie, whatever. I don't want to see no slaves every time, and I don't want to see any stories about people getting killed by the police because we don't have to turn on the TV for that. So it was fantasy. It was fun for a few minutes. So I'm good with that. And I might watch it again. But that solo at the end got to go. They got to cut that out.
Girl, no, I laughed at that one.
Now that would almost.
It was hilarious.
It was Ricky Diller meets Tina Marie. It was awful. It was awful. Oh my God!
Ricky Diller meets Tina Marie. Oh my God! I can't even. Well, see now there I have to go. So Monica's gonna be ready to string me up, but you still my baby, and nobody sits baby in the corner. I already before you said it, Rhonda, had purpose that I'm gonna go back and see it the second time. I absolutely, positively hated it.
I knew you would.
Horrible.
Really?
I knew you would.
Was pointless. I thought it was just
really.
Oh my God. Okay. Rhonda. So Monica said she's livid about the comments that have been coming from. Let me put that up there so the people can see it. She said she's livid about the comments that have been coming from the movie Real Life, Real Time. At the end of the day, Monica, I'm gonna make you livid because I hated it.
Really?
I knew you would. I knew, but you loved the original, right?
Yeah, well, I will say yes, I liked it. I did like it very, very much. I found it entertaining. I found it comical. I was like, I'm still waiting to laugh. I'm still waiting.
What didn't you like about it?
Oh, lest Monica come and string me up.
Wow.
Well, to start, I didn't the inserts, it's like they didn't even take the time to try to blend the old stuff into the new. It was just like this stark raving difference between 1988 and 2021. I'm like, what are you doing? You're just throwing some footage up here, just clips. Like, what's that about? Now here in 2021, we have, and then now see, y'all gonna really stone me to death. Was it a problem because it was done at Tyler Perry Studios?
Don't do him like that.
No, When they started that
Don't do
line
him like
dancing
that.
at the end, I asked Dwayne, was this filmed at Tyler Perry's house?
And it was.
Every
But
time
don't
he
do
has a
him like
movie,
that.
they start that line dancing and
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because now see, I'm gonna really make people mad because I am and I support Tyler Perry 100%. Everything that he has, he comes out with. I support it. I pay my money. I go see it. I hold the whole 9 yards with them. But at the end of the day, you seen one Tyler Perry and you seen them all. And
every
I'm like,
last one
how
of them.
many times am I gonna pay for this same daggone script, this same jacked up set? I mean, it's predictable. You don't get anything that makes you go, "Oh, clutch your pearls!" Wow, wasn't that? It's just,
but it's a comedy though.
Well,
No,
because it is.
I mean, there has to be a little bit of drama, which we got a little bit of drama towards the end. But I mean, it's not. It's just a feel good movie.
Because it is a comedy. I wanted to laugh. How about that?
I laughed when they brought out Gladys Knight.
right. Wait, now that was I was
when they
like,
brought out
"Whoa,
Salt and Pepper, that was hilarious. When he staged his own funeral and then he died. That was hilarious.
No, it wasn't. That was
Yes,
not funny.
it was.
No, it wasn't. That was the corniest of corny.
No,
Gladys.
that was when he had his own funeral and he bought and they was like, and here we have Salt and Pepper, and here we have Gladys Knight, and it was hilarious.
Because
and then he was like, son, I'm gonna die.
Was it a
movie? Sitting there
movie?
like, is that a joke? But he was done.
Was it a movie or a musical? That's my second thing. Because we had all little sound bites of, and this was the thing, a whole bunch of cameo performances stitched together like a raggedy dress. That's
Well, they were amazing though. They were people from the past. We had the twins.
Okay, but make it work. Make it work.
It worked.
Oh my God. It worked for you, but it didn't work for me. That's all.
I thought the movie was amazing. I thought the ending left us a little hanging, but I mean, for what the movie was, what it always has been. I mean, it wasn't. It's not a serious movie. It's a film. We laughed.
Amazing how the Lord provides. That wasn't amazing.
I wouldn't say amazing.
I thought it was hilarious. I grew up on that movie. My father had it recorded on VHS, and I thought they did an amazing job of combining where they were and where they came from.
What did it combine?
The old footage and then the new footage and then brought it together. It was stuff we didn't know. I thought it was great.
What is it that you didn't know? You didn't know that fat meat was greasy.
I didn't.
It looks like they combined that stuff in the back of a Walmart at the photo thing.
I thought it was a good movie.
It looked like a B-rated movie that they just sliced it together. And so at the end of the day, I was just like so underwhelmed. Now, and I will say this, because I'm not your girl that's like, oh, it's a movie coming out, I want to see it. But because of Coming to America in 1988, and like I said, I was leaving LA. The biggest billboard sign you saw was Coming to America. I mean, just bam, out there. And I'm like, when I get home, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. So I'm waiting with bated breath and expectation. And I had a miscarriage. While we talking about cherries getting popped, I was
going to say the same thing. You need your Perry chops or pop so you can laugh.
Oh God.
Then now let's talk about this as well, because you know I have my feminism all day long, and when we talk about fix your lips, I'm not gonna say another word till you fix your lips, Tyrone.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and make your statement about your feminism, because I looked up Men History Month too, and I got an issue with that.
Whatever. Continue, STL.
Everybody want to be appreciated.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen, at the end of the day, now y'all can say what you want to say. The little girl brought up the issue. You mean I've been trained for royalty? I've been da 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 da. She makes all of these comments, and she still gets kicked to the curb for men and everything. Now somebody had told me ahead of time, and they even addressed this. I was glad they brought it up in the critique from those that came out and wrote on it, because they said after talking about how they were going to pump females, the females still ended up getting kicked to the curb and put second place. I have an issue. So if you're going to talk about this is something to pump Black women and to show, all you did was show me misogyny will never die. That's what you showed me.
It's a feel-good movie.
I didn't feel good.
Then that's a deeper conversation. So
I felt good until the solo.
what was your takeaway? What were you looking for, beloved?
He said, "What were you looking for, beloved?" That was another movie. Beloved,
I hated that movie.
Beloved.
I had nightmares for a week after that. I was like, "What are you doing?"
What were you looking for, beloved?
Well, if you're going to talk about this is a movie that is going to highlight Black feminism and women coming to the fore, then why do you still make them be second rate?
But she became amazing at the end.
She was amazing at the end, but what was her status?
She got to rule, and the brother was going to be the ambassador, right?
For America, yeah.
I mean, I really wasn't paying attention to that part, but because I was tired by the end. But
it was listen, I went to sleep, woke back up, went to sleep, woke back up. It just kept putting me.
That's like when I watched The Passions of the Christ.
You had jet lag.
There was no jet lag. It was a lagging jet. The movie was a lagging jet. That's what
the movie was good.
It never took off. That's what Monica said. She felt good and she laughed a lot.
Thank you, Monica.
You know, I have to say that and
Monica's a female.
And I'm glad for Mr. Reynolds. Good to see you, Mr. Reynolds. Good to see you in the Mr. Reynolds said STL is going in. But
I mean, how corny can you be right there, though? I was like, Gladys.
But was it not amazing though?
I think
and they were like,
it wasn't.
It was like, and here's Gladys Knight. I mean, it was like that was our culture.
I think
like these are what are you doing here?
I think Tyler Perry wrote the script.
Yeah.
Don't do Tyler like that.
Tyler can't write.
He can't read either.
He's a good Medea, and that fat suit took him all the way to a billionaire. But he cannot write, and all of his stories are the daggum same story.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
You heard it the 10,000th time. His best pieces.
Rhonda, what's in your cup?
I knew I was gonna need this tonight, so I came prepared.
Stella. Now, at the end of the day, this line that had is peace is made of steel, and Bishop T.D. Jakes wrote that line. That whole dialogue that he does with pieces made of steel as the punchline, that was written by T.D. Jakes. So, you know, I have to step back and say the best line this brother done ever really came up with for me, because, you know, I'll never forget Pieces Made of Steel. And that whole story, how he breaks that thing down. It was awesome. But at the same time, you didn't write that. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Isn't that what Tom Hanks said? If I want to laugh, I need to watch the Tom and Jerry movie. I need to watch something, because that, honey.
How old are you, Mr. Reynolds?
I just didn't get it. Now I'm gonna shut up. I said my piece, and y'all can be mad at me, but
that's your opinion.
I think you have very high expectations. And you were looking for something. You were looking for something that gave you the same feeling when you saw the first movie?
I wasn't looking for the same. I know if
I think you were.
I know if I'm on the drug, that first high is gonna be my best high, and every high that comes after that ain't never gonna hit that first high. That's just reality of life and living.
Okay.
So it's like whatever you get that first time around, I don't care how magnificent it was, almost never are you gonna get back to what you thought you was gonna hit it and get it.
Except when you cupcaking.
Continue. What's your point?
Whoa.
Oh, y'all are funny. Oh, wait a minute. I was trying to get Miss Debbie. Listen, I'm all over the place. Y'all missed the moderator tonight because I'm jacking up. Listen. At the end of the day, you thought Gladys was amazing and her attire was awesome. I'm with you, Debbie.
Gladys looked very good. Yes.
But what was she doing there? What?
She was on that
because it's our culture. It's like you're having a funeral and you bring in
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight.
Then was he?
Huh?
He wasn't dead when she was singing, was he?
But he was planning his funeral. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Go back and watch it again.
I got it. I watched it.
I watched it,
and I'm gonna watch it again. But I
watch it again.
I put that together, and at the end of the day, I was being facetious because it was corny. It was corny.
It's a funny black movie.
Well, it certainly had a spoof spirit on it.
That's what I felt like.
It felt like a spoof. Now, like I said earlier, there were some pieces in there that had me rolling. But overall, now had I went to the show and paid $1 trillion, I would have been like,
yeah. Now that's a different story. If I had to leave my house,
I borrowed somebody's Prime account so I could watch it, and if I had to pay for that, I would have been mad.
Yeah, if I had to leave my house, that'd be a different story.
Aretha's funeral was over the top.
10 hours long. Do you know we started in the morning and
listen,
that's my girl. I was squinting at the dark screen as they shoved her body.
Yes.
I had to take PTO for Aretha's funeral.
Well, how many times did they change her clothes?
Yeah, I
and
know.
That's how I'm going out.
Listen, if you have a 5-10 hour funeral, you're gonna be sitting there by yourself.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Well, I'm dead at that point.
Well, I have one. It's
and so was the audience. Me and Monica and Rashida walked that thing out from the beginning to. I was like, "No, Aretha, now shut it and let's go."
Listen.
Y'all better have
Wait a minute.
Stella on ice.
Monica said she took a lunch break.
You have to.
I had to take PTO.
I had to leave to run my kids to school and go back to get them, and they were still going. I was like, "Come on now,
still going." And they was all, "You got 2-minute remarks," and they talk for 30 minutes and then give it to the next one. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And then after they spoke, they left. That was what was more insulting.
Absolutely.
So I feel like Jonna, though. I felt like, did nobody else feel like they were trying to do a spoof here? I felt like it was spoofy. That's really the takeaway I had, was that it was spoofy.
But yeah, I feel that that's what we kind of expected. It was a second part of the original, which wasn't the original, but it also was spoofy as far as, incorporating things that have happened over the years and, tying in the past to the present. I mean, I feel it was a good movie.
Okay. And I'm gonna give it that for all of those that loved it and enjoyed. And at the end of the day, my thing is, it was a classic. So I'm gonna say, like somebody said, y'all put some respect on it. But because these are the individuals. Before we had Wakanda, we had Zamunda.
Yes, that's true.
And that kind of energy, and from that place and space, particularly for people of color, even though it may not have been everything that people wanted, you still got to put some respect on it. Not respect, but respect. You got to put some respect on it.
And it's one of those movies that we don't take too serious. It's not like somebody recreated Roots. Well, so it's one of those movies when now they. But it was one of those movies. It was fun. It was lighthearted. It was a distraction from what's going on in the world. It was good to see all these people come back, and then even bring in more people who weren't in the original but who are legends to us. It was just a fun, lighthearted movie that distracted us from, what's going on in the world. Like I said, it wasn't like Roots 2. I mean, because who has time for that? That's like 10 days long.
But that's such rich history. Just I'm serious about that. I just love the history. I just love that's some rich. And look at Jonna. Jonna's looking kind of young because she already said up front, I done had enough of that.
Right.
Well, yes.
Right.
But I will, I love a good true history movie, but let's take a break. I'll come back and watch. I'm not watching Roots again though, not anytime soon. But
I haven't seen the whole thing.
Speaking of a good true movie, have you guys seen Biggie? I have a story to tell. This is the name. A good movie.
Oh, no.
That. It's a good
Did you know Biggie personally?
Tyrone.
You said you had a story to tell.
That's the name of the movie.
Oh.
Fat me greasy.
Oh my God. See, why you say, how do I make my screen only see two of you? Because he can't. What two are you trying to see, Monica? I hope I'm in the number. Are you trying to tell me you just want to see Jonna and Rhonda?
I think she don't want to see us.
They want to cut off the whole.
They are acting up, aren't they, Monica? I'm telling you.
Y'all done hurt my feelings. My feelings are hurt. Yes, I grew up in Bonner. What do you think? We're from Bonner. Couldn't be prouder. If you didn't hear it, we'll say a little
louder. I know it by now, and I didn't go.
I know that's right.
Oh, but while we're talking about it, yes. The Biggie Smalls, I got a story to tell. That's a good one to go out and watch too. And really with a lot of respect for him in his demise. But I mean, sometimes you got to go back. And I had this conversation with another friend. Sometimes you get more and you get greater appreciation for the people after you see documentaries like that, where everything's woven together and you can see it as one big cohesive versus the little bits and pieces that you get while it's out there. And then a lot of times, really some of our artists that really deserve some real respect, because Biggie, he was a game changer. He was a game changer at the end of the day. And to understand his struggle of how he came from drug dealing and how that whole lifestyle in the community that he grew up was just so dominant, prominent. It just makes your heart go out and have a totally different kind of perspective, because at the end of the day, they just wanted to have some respect and be somebody. It really wasn't about trying to hurt anybody or anybody else. They just wanted to have some respect and be somebody. So do I have any?
I would say the same for Billie Holiday versus United States of America.
Yes.
An amazing movie.
It is. Has anybody else seen that one? It is.
I haven't.
Oh, y'all got to check that out. Like, Andrea Day does an amazing Billie Holiday, and just to know the struggle of the woman who was Billie Holiday and what she went through. I mean, all those documentaries, whether it's Billie Holiday or Biggie or Whitney or whoever it is, I mean, to really just see those movies and understand their struggle. Yeah. Because a lot of times we're taught something different.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
that story, Tyrone, it really is a good display of how the conspiracy of the government against her. And then, of course, they kept twisting the story and telling it the way that now she did have a drug problem. But at the end of the day, what they were doing was set up and staging and lying and trying to push and promote this image of her, even when she was clean, and trying to frame her and set her up. It's just dastardly. It's just dastardly. But it shows really the struggle that Black people have had, especially for her level of pride. She was definitely a woman of pride. And so that whole element of you just gonna sit down and be a good nigger, she wasn't having it. And so I love. Now with that, not to give a spoiler, but what did you think about when the Black elevator man would not let her on the elevator? What did that make you feel like?
It made me feel like as a people, it's almost like that, as a people, I'm going to protect myself, even though I know I'm doing something that's not morally right. But at the end of the day, I gotta take care of me. And I feel that's something that as a people, we deal with. We run into situations and we run into things where at the end of the day, it may not be right. It may not be morally right, but I got to take care of me because I got a family at home. And that also brings into like the separation of our community, because a lot of us have that mentality of I got to take care of me. And if I fight for you, that means I'm going to suffer. So
that kind of brings me to, because the police officer and FBI, same scenario. You have a Black man that was used to entrap her. And I know you guys haven't seen it, but just from the concept that I gotta take care of me and mine in the Black community, don't you feel like that's the exact same, that is the issue that has been killing us, that we have people that are willing to sell out because I got kids at home and I got a family at home. She got a family, she got she's a human being too. So at what point do you all feel whether it's Biggie and the what he was up against, or the US versus Billie Holiday versus the US, at what point do we as a Black community really try to impress, particularly on our younger people? You can't just think about me, myself, and I without thinking about, is this harming the community at a greater level? Because even the police officer's mother in Billie Holiday was very opposed when she found out that's what her son was doing.
Because she was rich Black.
Yeah, but still Black. And
I still Black.
Was trying to say to the son, because you still Black. So how do you guys, Rhonda, Jana, how do you feel about this mentality that still permeates in the Black community? I got to get mine. I know it may be hurting you. I know I may be selling you up the river, so to speak. But at the end of the day, I got a family, and this is the only way for me to come up. How do you feel about that in our community? Because it's definitely there.
We've always had the crawdad mentality. When someone gets up, we pull them down, and someone else gets up, we pull them down, and we continue to do that. And until that spirit is killed, is dead, we're going to continue to have those issues. So it's like when they, what's the word that they always say, the quote they always say, when you look down, pull them up.
Yeah.
Don't kick them down, but pull them up. If you see someone down there below, pull them up. And until we can get our mindset there, because we always think somebody's going to make $1 more than we make.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try to belittle, and we're going to try to do whatever to keep them pushed down. And that mindset has got to go, because we are our brother's keeper. We are.
Amazing picture.
Brother's keeper. Yes, we are. And so now it's the time out for me and mine.
Yeah.
Because if the truth be known, we're all mine. What did you say on the morning session? Everybody done sucked on the tits.
Oh yeah.
So we're all everybody sucked on the mother tits, Tyrone. So we are all
not I.
People. Oh yeah, you sucked them.
What?
I had Similac from day one.
Yeah, out of somebody's book.
I see the milk dribbling out the side of the corner of your mouth while you talking right now, Tyrone. What you talking about? I still see the milk dribbling out. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. Oh my God. And if you could now, talk about the sugar tit, you'd have a sugar tit right now.
Right now.
What is a sugar tit?
Okay. So like back in the day, it was not as common for, now we push more that mothers can nurse wherever, but you had back in the day where there was not certain places that you were going to nurse. And so they put sugar inside of a like a handkerchief or something, tie it up where they could suck on it, and the sweet taste would come out of it in place of giving them a titty, sugar tit, to pacify them. Tyrone,
Okay.
are you shocked, stunned, and amazed?
I never got the sugar tit because I never got the natural tit.
Stop.
I was on Similac from day one.
Right, Monica. I feed you from these.
I nursed him with these, Lord.
I nursed him with these. Yeah. That's why you big and strong. Healthy.
I mean, this whole, and Sheila said you're exactly right. Economic blackmail is a common tool of this society, and because you always get down. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna get political, and we were gonna keep this really, really light and funny tonight because like you said, Jonna, we need a break. But when you have people like Candace Owens who just came out and said that all of this that's been going on now is Blue Anon. Blue Anon. Somebody's paying that chick. You just can't convince me somebody.
Yeah, I think so. Because what?
Yeah, there's no such thing as QAnon. It has really been Blue Anon coming out selling a conspiracy theory. I sat there and I watched this chick and I was like, she is just straight up. She's really smart. But she sold herself cheaply to somebody. So at the end of the day, she has completely twisted all of the QAnon. She's completely twisted everything. And she said, and in reality, what we've been witnessing is this great lie by the blue, and QAnon is actually Blue Anon, trying to blame it on a fake and phony non-existing QAnon. So, to me, that is Sheila Miles's point. Economic blackmail is a common tool of this society. And at some point we need to shut it down. But I also feel like this. I think, do you not agree that our children sometimes have the mindset, whatever it takes me to get ahead? Because I mean, basically in Biggie them, it's like my mama didn't raise me this way. This ain't what I did. So at the end of the day, I'm doing this, even though I know it's hurting my community, even though I know that it's killing people, even though I know this is a dangerous way to try to live, because I'm looking up my best friends, my homies, everybody's dying, they're getting killed and but I can't let it go because me and mine got to get ahead. And do you not think we've taught them this?
Oh yeah. I mean, wholeheartedly. We're in a race and a generation where it's about survival and the struggle. And whether we consciously do it or not, it's about maintaining and surviving. And through that survival tactic, it comes across as, I got to do what I got to do to survive. And sometimes that comes across as, putting down my brother, because we don't have the mentality that together we can do so much more.
Tyrone. My sister. That's
my sister.
Okay. I just want you to be.
I know a woman. What is it? Women's Help Month or something?
What?
What is it? Women's.
He said
Women's History Month.
Oh, Women's History Month. We love y'all.
Oh, I thought did you say women's health or health?
Yes.
Health.
Oh, I thought you said help. And honey, I was on my way to
I'm not clear. Spell it.
HELP, help. Is that
for everybody that knows? Tyrone, I don't normally do it, but
don't take me out, because I will call the Better Business Bureau.
I'm not gonna take you out. Everybody that business bless you. Could it be?
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds.
The devil? Ain't nothing but that old slimy devil made you say that.
I knew it was Women's Something Month.
Help. I gave you the benefit of the doubt saying health. And you don't come back and confirm Jonna's ears that you fixed your lips on Yes You with Friends and said women's eye is kind.
Let me say this.
It's beautiful.
Let me say this before people. Let me say this. I appreciate all women. Without a woman, I would not be here. I was raised by a very strong Black woman who is amazing. I love women. I appreciate your month.
Your mom.
You sound like white people talking to Black people. You sound just as racist.
How is that racist? I'm supporting your month.
His friend is Black. I support you people. Whatever I can do.
This took a whole different turn. All I said was because I was corrected when I said something about a man, and it was we wanted to make sure the women were included.
Yeah, because that's what you normally do when we're talking.
And then I said I didn't know the official term for the month, but it's here, and we appreciate it.
But what did you call it?
What? Look, I didn't know the official date of the month, so
baby, can I help you just a little bit? When you don't know, don't say nothing.
Right.
When you don't know, don't say nothing. Can I help you right there, baby? Can I give you some help?
And I agree with that. I didn't know the official name of the month, but I acknowledged it.
Help.
And then I acknowledged how much we appreciate women. Without women run this country.
But we ain't got
who rule the world. Women who rule the world.
But I do have a concern because why isn't there a men, History Month?
Lord.
Every month is Men Month.
Oh, here we go.
Where's that song I sent yesterday? Who did I send that song to?
Oh, Jesus.
Did I send you that song, Regina?
We all need a trip to Zamunda. We need some outfits. Something ain't right.
I'm going to Wakanda. I ain't going to Zamunda because Zamunda is still misogynistic.
But why can't men be appreciated?
Men are appreciated.
But we don't have a month.
You have a whole lifetime.
Oh, here we go.
You have a birthright because of your penis.
We get a birth. Okay, here we go.
Because of your penis.
We struggle just like women do.
No,
we struggle
sir,
just like women do. Yes, we do.
No, you do not. You absolutely do not.
Mr. Reynolds is trying to help you. I love you.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds.
He
But
said
you gotta listen to
STL got the numbers stacked against you, baby, by design, Tyrone. There's no defense for the for the offense that we gonna win. But at the end of the day, I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And on that, I'm gonna unshade. Because I don't just throw shade, baby. I spread truth.
So do I. And men do great things for this country. Thank you.
You do.
And we should get a month too.
Have one. Nobody's keeping you from getting a month.
Thank
you. Get all day.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna make it the month of May. So get ready.
Doing half the work.
Half the work?
Half of it. If even that. Half.
Oh my God.
0.
Do we want to talk about the contributions that men have made to this country?
Talk about it.
And to the livelihood? Do we want to talk about the slave men who gave their lives?
And women did too. And children.
But y'all got a month.
You have a year. Tyrone.
Oh, now we get a year.
Tyrone, why are you ahead? I'm your friend. Now, why are you ahead?
Okay. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Drop it.
Drop it like it's hot.
Jesus.
Okay. As Sheila Mouse said, White History Month is on the horizon, I see.
Yeah, because John are getting ready to turn to you. You better.
and it's okay.
No, drop it.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds told me to keep going. The month of May.
Father, forgive them because they know not what they do.
The month of May on this platform will be Men's History Month, and I will
guess
come
who
on.
Ain't coming. I will not participate.
And that is not fair. That is not fair. Has a man not brought great things to you?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
so appreciate them for the month of
But
May.
you need to appreciate the struggles that every woman had to go through just to be here. And some of us, excuse me, like you cut Rhonda off, excuse me, particularly women of color have to go through.
And we doing it
to
this
get
month.
No, this is not Black Women's History Month. This is just Women's History Month.
So do you want a Black Women's History Month? And
No.
I would send you all birthday hats and horns and whistles to celebrate everything that you contributed. But we should also appreciate the work that men have done as well.
Tyrone?
What work do you feel like you've done that's not being recognized?
Are you serious?
I am. What work do you feel like you've done that is not being recognized? What struggle has the man had to go through to get to where he is? Who was holding you down? Who was holding you down?
And we gave you a month. And we
We
appreciate you. You got rights. You can vote. You make the same as men.
Tyrone.
No. That's all I got on that is no.
Tyrone.
Women do not make the same as men. What are you talking about?
Mr. Reynolds, you're gonna get Tyrone.
How did we even get here? We was at Zamosia, Wakanda.
Don't let Mr. Reynolds get you in trouble, Tyrone. Don't let Mr. Reynolds get you in trouble.
Mr. Reynolds got my back.
Well, he
Yeah,
better,
right.
he better join.
And y'all can drive.
Oh, you give us the privilege
Jesus.
to do all of that.
It's not about giving you the privilege. It's about appreciating people for who they are. We appreciate all the efforts that women have made, the contributions. We would not be who we were if it was not for a strong woman that we all have had in our lives to get us to where we are. But we also have to appreciate the man as well. And you cannot sit back and say a man is appreciated 365 days a year, because that is not the truth. Men break their backs for their families. They work hard for their families to be able to give their wives and the women in their lives the platforms that they have. So
Do
we have to
women
also
make the same amount of money that men make on the same job.
No.
The same job.
But who accepted the job?
Tyrone.
Are you high?
No, and I don't smoke.
Well, you might need to go get you some.
I don't know.
Cannabis got something for that to help you, baby.
And do not give Mel the directions to Texas.
No, Mel's on her way.
She's
ahead
on her way. Let me just put that up so y'all can. She's on her way. Man, I got the address. I got GPS it so you can get there. Listen, and Monica said 1 sperm.
And even it didn't have to do no work. All it had to do was make it to the right destination.
Wiggle and swim.
Who didn't have to do no work?
Oh my God.
Do you know what how much energy you?
Please.
Okay. We should appreciate women, and we should also appreciate man. And we cannot sit back and say a man is appreciated 365 days a year, because that is not the case. But we also have to appreciate the struggle and the hard work that men put in to be able to lift their families up, along with the women and their wives and all the women in their family, to make family great.
But he has a decision to make.
And so does she.
And he has not been held down like the woman has.
And so
he has not been held down. Like, he has not had to fight out of his own house. He's not had to fight his own culture. He's not had to fight in the work. He's not.
Are you serious?
I am very serious.
Tyrone.
He has not had to fight.
The black man has not had to fight.
I didn't say the black man. I said man. That's what you said.
Well, we talking about black man, because I don't know about a white man. Never been one.
We talking. Tyrone, who you think we talking about?
Look. Thank you. Can we, Mr. Reynolds? What's the number? Can we dial Mr. Reynolds in?
Bring him in.
Listen,
We ain't scared.
We
The
ain't
sentiments
scared.
will
We
not
ain't scared.
change.
Y'all want to gang up on me, but I'm representing for the men.
Tyrone,
Mm.
we're just now getting to where we're breaking the glass ceiling.
For both of us.
No. Women.
Oh, you know what?
Now,
I don't have the phone hooked up. You're right, Rhonda.
Come on,
I don't have.
We are not equal.
Okay.
I
Did you
just saw.
we are allowed to do.
Did you put your violin away?
Why should we have to fight for that? We should have never had to fight for that. We should have had it when the men had it.
Correct.
Does that
and
make
we
sense?
shouldn't either. And we have to fight as well.
You didn't have to fight to vote and to drive and all the stuff that women had to do.
Fight to be able to work.
And even black women in women's suffrages helped white women to vote, but they still couldn't vote.
Same with black men.
You must be living in another part of Africa. Because this shit you saying ain't it's about the
Uh-oh.
brown word.
Brown word.
This is the first night I didn't do the cussing.
Refill. Can we all agree that women should be appreciated and so should men?
Everybody should be appreciated.
Absolutely.
And can we all agree that men contribute a great part of what we live today as today?
And women have too.
And we appreciate that. This is your mom. Okay. I'm gonna send all y'all a bottle of rosé.
Month. This
right.
is Health Month.
Right.
I'm gonna send all y'all a bottle of Stella, and you can take 2 hours off.
With pay?
We'll pay.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Tyrone.
And then in May, I expect the same in return. Because we're gonna appreciate
I ain't sending you shit. You hear me?
Oh my God, that is so rude.
I ain't sending a thing. Nothing.
Thank you, Monica.
And I said tonight I'm not gonna say any cuss words. But I ain't sending you a damn thing. I'm not doing it.
This is supposed to be an easy night. What happened?
It is easy. Y'all just don't want to appreciate the contributions that men bring to the table.
That's not true.
That is not true.
You're not listening. That's you're
not listening.
You are not listening. Your ears are programmed to hear what you want to hear, and you're not.
So
listening.
are yours.
No, they're not.
Yes,
I'm listening to this crap you spitting.
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
Mr. Reynolds said Men's History Month in May.
Stop it, Mr.
Thank
Reynolds.
you.
Men's History Month in May. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I'll come and I'll support it just because I feel like everybody needs to be appreciated. So you don't get any flack from me. But what you do get flack from me about is when you want to minimize the struggle of Black women and the inferior position that women, even to Black men, still endure to this day, even by Black men.
Correct.
Boom.
Right.
No, because of what I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say, because then it would be a whole nother clusterfuck.
Go ahead and say it. What else can you say at this point? You've already said. Go ahead and say it.
There's also choice in that as well. So in this day and time,
women choose to be oppressed. Wait. Is that what you're saying? Women choose to be oppressed.
I didn't say they choose to be oppressed, but there's also some choice and some options that they have. In this day and time, where you have a woman who's very vocal, a woman who will speak her mind, a woman that will get out there and fight for what she wants, this is the time. So a woman can't sit back and say, I'm just totally being oppressed because I'm a woman. Women have stepped up and done their thing.
White people could say the same thing about Black people.
And they can.
But it's not
and if Black people are sitting back, falling into that thing of, I'm just being oppressed, I'm being oppressed. We're in a point in a day and time now where we can speak up and we can make things happen, and we do it every day. And women do it every day as well. So a woman cannot sit back and say, oh, I'm just being oppressed because I'm a woman. No, get out there and make some change.
Wow, Tyrone.
There's no wild Tyrone. If a woman doesn't step up and make change, does change happen? Or is a woman waiting on a man to make change for her?
Oh, now we got the hero to come in and save the day. Just like you said about white people that want to be
always come in and save the day. Yeah.
Right. Right. Why does it always have to be why does it always have to be a white person to save the day? We as black people, we have to step up and we have to make change. It's the same for women, it's the same for men, it's the same for everybody else out there who feel that they're being discriminated against or they're being laws don't go their way. They have to step up and make change.
You are a white man in a black body.
Not at all black. Thank you.
No, just on the outside, baby.
No. How am I a white man in a black body? I'm saying as black people, we have a responsibility to make change. Or do we sit back and wait for somebody to make the change for us?
We've never sat back. But we've been fought on every tooth and nail. Every tooth and nail.
Tyrone, let me say this.
Yes.
Even though I do not feel like this is your intent, your argument is the exact argument that black women have to fight that causes us to be totally and continuously disrespected. So it's quite dismaying when black females hear it come from our black men.
Okay.
So apologize.
And I apologize to any and Rhonda, I apologize to any black woman who feels that my statements makes them feel any kind of way. I love my black women wholeheartedly, and they are amazing women. This world would not function without them. Again, I've grown up and have been raised, even in this day and life. I have so many strong black women in my life that are amazing and make it.
Didn't you ask Rhonda was she playing her violin earlier? Continue. Get to the point.
At the end of the day, May is Men's History Month. Thank you.
Mail's at the door. Go get it.
Get with it.
Answer the door.
And myself and Mr. Reynolds are gonna handle it. I'll let you guys know what the itinerary is for that Sunday.
Okay, I got some big stuff for you.
And then we should bring in the guys.
Okay.
I have no opposition to that.
Okay, bring in the guys.
Didn't you say one was a doctor?
Oh, you talking about?
Don't be getting excited.
I don't know.
Don't be smiling all big. Look at you.
So
Mr. Reynolds said, let's go. Mr. Reynolds said, let's go. So I'm not opposed to that. We can bring in all the men that you want to. You guys can have whatever conversation and whatnot. The only thing, and I think this is a good opportunity because I think this brings up, and Jonna was like, how did we get here? Because this is an issue that continues to plague our black community, black men, black women. And until we can get to some level of talking through some of this that separates us, I started to call it something else, until we can get to a place where we can get through some of that, we're going to continue. I don't care how we smile at each other. I don't care how we interact with each other in public settings and whatnot. As long as this undercurrent exists in the black community, it will continue to tear us down and keep us from being unified as black people.
Correct.
And it's a real issue. Mm-hmm. It's a for real issue. And you have to be mindful that there's some areas of that you feel that rage. I feel it with other black preachers, male preachers, when I go into the churches as a black female preacher. I feel it, on the job. I feel it in different scenarios where you can, as a black woman, feel they will not say anything, but that undercurrent of rage from our black men towards us is there. And we need to address that. That's some real stuff.
And my only thing is, I don't feel that the black man gets enough props. There's a lot of times that we are dogged out. we are talked about, we are beat down, and we still continue to struggle. Yes, there are some bad men out there. Yes, there are some men out there who don't do what they're supposed to do and all that kind of stuff. And that's all races. But I feel the black man needs the support of the black woman. And I feel the black woman is the first one to beat us down and dog us out.
Now that's an error.
No, but we're coming from different experiences. I'm a black man. You're a black woman. So our experiences are different. And I'm talking generally. But I feel the black man does not get his due. And again, I'm not taking, everybody has their personal experiences. I'm a black man on a podcast with all strong black women, and everybody's had their own experience in their own situations. But I feel personally that the black man does not get his due. And there's some good black men out there that work hard and they sacrifice and they struggle for their families, whether it's their families they built on their own or their families they were born into. And for me, I don't feel the black man gets his due. And a lot of times the beat down and the harsh talking comes from a sister who's mad, who's upset, who's been through some things, who has a struggle and has a story, and not taken away from her at all, because she's okay to voice her opinion. I just don't feel the black man always gets his due. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
You're entitled to your opinion.
And that's the thing. I'm sitting here saying, as a black man, I don't feel the black man gets his due. And what does the sister say? You're entitled to your opinion.
Yes, because I don't.
There was no. Oh yeah, there's some great black men out there. There's some black men who
wonderful,
sacrifice and do
beautiful black men out there.
But none of that came up. The response I got was, "You're entitled to your opinion."
Mm-hmm. You are, because you're lost.
How am I lost? How am I lost? It's no difference than you could, as a woman, you saying, I don't feel a woman is appreciated. And for all she does and all she contributes to society and to her family, a woman isn't appreciated. And she had to fight and she had to do this, that, and the other. It's no different for a man. Because we're men, are we not supposed to have feelings and emotions and want to feel appreciated for all we contribute? And if anybody on this call, on this podcast can say that a man has not contributed to your life, you're lying to yourself. Whether
Who
it was your
said that? Who said
but
that?
that's the thing. But what I'm saying is, women, a lot of times, women do not give men their due.
Mr. Reynolds said, Tyrone, I feel where you're coming from.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. As a man, we struggle as well with wanting, but just feeling like I've done something right.
I'm not
It's so easy for somebody to come in and say, "Oh, you didn't do it. You didn't pay your child support, and you're a sorry ass black man, and you this, that, and the other, and that's all the money you made this week, and where your check at." Y'all can come with all that, but men just want their due. I'm stepping up as a black man to take care of my family. Can we get that appreciation?
And this is what I'm going to say once more and again. And I'm not going to say Mr. Reynolds or Tyrone is off. All I'm saying is this highlights our need for the black community to have this conversation.
And I agree with that.
Us not having it, as we see, has not rectified the problem, because it's still there and it ain't went nowhere, just like racism. So it's like this whole, and this is where I come from, and I'm glad this is Yes You with friends, and now y'all still my friends, Tyrone included. Matter of fact, Tyrone my baby. So at the end of the day, you have to deal with the issue that too many times we as people, instead of dealing with our realities and what's really not just the stuff on the surface, but what's underneath, because so many times we never deal with what's really underneath. It never gets healed. So this is a conversation that black folk need. I ain't talking about nobody else. I ain't talking about any other ethnicity. I'm talking about black folk need to have this conversation because it's deep. And if the truth be told, I'm going to say this, Tyrone, even some of our husbands and boyfriends and spouses that or significant others that we're tied up to, they are feeling the same rage that you, or I'll say the same displeasure, not necessarily rage, but some of them at a level of rage that you're expressing. And this is why sisters get relationships that are very unsatisfying, and men also have unsatisfying relationships trying to have it with each other, because this undercurrent is present but nobody wants to talk about it. But
Correct.
there's an undercurrent of anger, of rage, of distrust, of jealousy, of a whole lot of folk feeling like I didn't get my props and I didn't get my due and it's my turn now, and everybody's vying for their turn, and at the end of the day what you end up with is a disaster. You end up with a disaster, and you get people.
Bring Michelle in.
Yeah, Michelle says she want to be on the panel.
Yeah, but she said she ain't riding with you, Tyrone. Not tonight.
And
She ain't.
After all these months, I'm always riding by myself.
That's true.
No, Mr. Reynolds is here in your behalf, and Mr. Reynolds can come on when we have the. We're gonna, because see, this is the thing. Now we kind of stepped on a
A minefield. I don't even know what happened. How did what?
We stepped on them because I was bringing up the issue in Coming to America that, in my opinion, those sisters still ended up being upstaged by male scenarios predominantly. So that's how I opened this can of worms. However, I didn't open the can of worms on purpose, but at the same time, maybe it is on purpose because it obviously needs to be talked about.
Yeah, it has to be talked about.
We have issues. So, you know, Michelle's asking to be on the panel. Mr. Reynolds, you're out there.
Mr. Reynolds said no.
Mr. Reynolds is saying no to Michelle being on the panel.
It's no to Michelle. I know. Don't get them started. I don't know. We need both of them on at the same time.
Uh-oh, and here come crypto music. He's with
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord, who's crypto? I don't know you, crypto, but okay.
Blessed vibes only.
Come on, Michelle.
Blessed vibes only.
That's my
Blessed
nephew.
vibes only.
Crypto is my music. Crypto is my nephew as well. So here you have individuals from my own household. I nursed them with these. And they feel the same way.
And look how they doing you.
Well, but at the end of the day, it's a real feeling in our culture that needs to be addressed. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, we're gonna address it on another day. Okay.
No, we're not. We're gonna address it today.
Y'all might address it today.
And at the end of the day, it's about people being appreciated for who they are.
And I totally agree about that.
Oh,
And that's why we're gonna have I'm gonna
as
make
a black man, when you had nobody else, you have always had the support of the black woman.
And
when
no
there
one's taking
wasn't
that,
another
and no one's taking that away. But at the end of the day, when she had nobody else, who did she have? A black man who stood up, who provided, who took care, who made sacrifices, who did all that. So you can't sit back and say when he didn't have nobody, he had a black woman.
Oh, you
when
stop
she didn't have nobody, she had a black man. And appreciate that black man for who he is.
Nobody said that you weren't being appreciated. Nobody said
a sister's quick to sit back and talk about what his downfalls.
Who said anything about any downfalls tonight, Tyrone? You are the only person who said anything about any downfalls.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Since we blew this minefield up by accident, Mel said she had her mama. So at the end of the day,
here we go. Now she had her mama.
Oh Lord.
But your mama had a man.
Oh God.
How do you know that?
She here.
No, but we ain't talking about that part, Tyrone. You talking about when she didn't make it or needed some problems, she didn't have a man. You don't know that. Ain't nobody talking about popping no cherries.
This has been Just You with Friends.
People would try to take away the credit of a man, and especially a black man, any opportunity they get. So now Melton here, I had my mama, but your mama had a man, because if your mama didn't have a man, she wouldn't be here.
No, you went another direction with that.
That's not another direction.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, y'all. This is what order in the coat. So this is what we're gonna do. Since I seem to have exploded this landmine, yes, Monica, it blew up. It blew up. So as we wrap up tonight, because we're not gonna solve this, and Tyrone, I'm gonna do this as well. I want you to have representation of some men when we have this conversation. Yes. Right now, I want to appreciate Crypto Music, who is a male, and also Mr. Reynolds, who is a male, for coming in and echoing and supporting your viewpoint. And so at the end of the day, you know, so we have men on one side, women on the other side. Michelle said, not Mr. Reynolds, though.
That's all in water right there.
So it's obvious that this is definitely strangulated between men and women, between Black men and Black women. So to give it a fair go, let's do it where we can have hopefully an equal representation, male to female. But I'm not trying to skirt the conversation. We just can't do it all tonight because honestly, I didn't set up, even when I flashed that number across the bottom, I was not trying to make it where Mr. Reynolds could not call in. I just did not have my soundboard and the system set up to take calls tonight because I thought we were just going to come in here and have a nice, easy going, laugh, ha ha conversation about coming to America. And we came to America for real.
Yeah, because I'm sleepy.
Because we're gonna make America great again. Where everybody's appreciated.
Oh Lord. Give him a blunt.
Lace it.
And that's the thing. As a man, as a Black man, I make a comment and I get all the the man messed me up. He was wrong to me. All that.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that?
That's the body language though. The body language is, he talking about, man, they ain't appreciated. Men get appreciated every day. Is us sisters out there struggling.
You know what? That's that vaccine you just had. Go get checked. Go get checked.
I'm gonna fight for my brothers to the day I die.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have but now what I do want to say is when we come back and have this conversation, we're gonna have some statistics because there's some
on what the Black men get beat down and talked about by Black women.
Yeah, I got company, so y'all better wrap it up.
You always got company.
Look, there's a new Stella just came out, so y'all better wrap it up.
Yeah, now you know Stella is calling.
What type of company you got?
No, Tyrone, I got some people that's gonna lift me up and not tear me down.
Is it a brother?
Oh, and Mr. Reynolds said the same thing. Mr. Reynolds said, "Is it a man?"
Pop that cherry.
Yes.
Y'all so bad.
You know what?
Y'all
This
so
has
bad.
been tonight's edition of Yes You with Friends. I want to thank everybody that jumped in this conversation because, baby, we in here. This thing blew up and all our feet is up in here. So I appreciate you for coming. And we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Monica said bye, Tyrone. So at the end of the day,
I'll see you next week.
Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Reynolds said he's talking to you, Rhonda. Oh, now men are cool. So as I'm wrapping up, and Joanna said this conversation is X-rated. As I'm wrapping this up, I want to say thank you. As my friend Rhonda World says, that's her up there in that upper corner. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. And obviously, Black people have not dealt with this issue, and it is dealing with us on tonight. It's giving us the beat down. Power to you, Mr. Reynolds. Power to all the folks. Thank you for the biddies and thank you for the cheer. I love you. We'll be back next week. same bat time, same bat channel. And I appreciate you all for coming in tonight and being a part of this conversation. All right. Oh Lord, y'all, the Saints are still going forth. I'm trying to get all you. Rashida, the Rebel Inc. I needed you tonight. I told you I could do it by myself, but they giving me the beat down in here.
Did y'all see where she popped in?
She popped in for a second, yes. And I need her right now. I'm like Smokey Norville. I need you now. I need you now. Thank you for the biddies, Mr. Reynolds. I appreciate you. And to all of you that are out there, I love you with the love of God. Peace. Woo. I didn't think I was gonna get here. The motherboard is tired, y'all. Peace for your journey.